and like a few things you should have when you go riding, and a few maintenance things you should check. First, I'm going to show you a few things about safety equipment. Like you should always wear a helmet and eye protection. Mud and stuff fly in your eye, crash, you should always have a helmet on. Or protective gloves for when you go through brush and stuff, you won't tear your hands up or you wreck or something. It won't hurt your hands. You should always wear good protective boots in case you run into trees, which usually happens if you get in a hurry. You should always wear a long sleeve shirt for your brush and stuff, and if you wreck, it won't tear your skin up quite as bad. And for more professional people, you could buy chest pads to protect yourself, handlebars or something you land on, and you can get leather pants with extra padding in them. I want to show you a few things about the three-wheeler itself and how it works and what you should check before you go riding. The main thing really is to check your oil, make sure you got a lot of oil or enough oil in the motor, which on mine I'm going to demonstrate to you. You got a oil checker here. You just screw the little plug out and make sure there's oil running out of it. And see, next thing is make sure you got plenty of gas in the gas tank. With this here is a 2-stroke. You got to make sure you mix oil in with the gas, 2-stroke outboard. And I guess the second thing is to mainly keep your chain in good use and sprockets. You want to make sure your chain is tight and oiled well before and after you ride. And a good thing to keep your chain from wearing is to wash it after you ride it every time and oil it before you put it up. Another thing while I'm down here is the tires. You want to make sure they're all equal in air pressure, because one's off or different than the other. When the front wheel comes up, it'll go off to one side and you can't control it. Because of these vehicles ridden mainly off-road, there's a lot of dust and stuff, so you have to maintain these quite a bit. A few different things. First, I'm going to show you about the air cleaner on mine. It catches the dirt and stuff when it sucks the air into the carburetor. You should clean it every time you service, change the oil. I'll show you. See right here, it's just a kind of foam. You need to clean it and put real light oil on it to help collect the real fine dust stuff. Another thing is the oil. You need to change the oil if you ride it quite a bit, about every couple of weeks if you really ride a lot. Because if you don't, you get dirt in there and sand and stuff can accumulate in it. And it can wear, or be like sandpaper, wear the gears and metal stuff down and cause excessive wearing. On mine here, where most of them, it's got a drain plug, which some other three-wheelers got filters and stuff you should change. But that, and like on my ProLink here, it's got grease fittings. It's got 3, one here, one in the back, and one down in there. You should grease it, change the oil, clean the filter. That ain't every time you ride thing. But you should do it every once in a while. Keep your three-wheeler in good shape. Now that you got it maintained and everything checked, all your maintenance and everything, you're all ready to ride. Now, first thing you got to do is make sure she starts. To start this thing, which most three-wheelers, electric starter, or either that or got a pull stroke like a lawnmower. But this, the racing series, most of them's got a kickstarter. On this now, once you make sure you got plenty of gas, you put her on and pull the choke. Then you just kick her, make sure she starts. And once you finally get her going, you want her. This one here, which there's gears. About all three-wheelers, the shifter's on the left side. It's like motorcycles. On mine, you push down first, then second's way up, then third, fourth, fifth. It's 5-speed. Then when you want to go back down, you just push down fourth, third, second, then first. Then you just barely pull up. Neutral's between first and second. Let's see. Then another thing is you got the clutch on the left, then you got brake, front brakes, your hand brake on front. Then the other lever here over here on the other side is the brake, back brake. The other thing, the gas or the throttle on a three-wheeler, most usually got a thumb. A lot of people race prefer a throttle like a motorcycle, but most usually three-wheelers come with a thumb on it. Now, I've showed you most of the controls. Now I'm going to tell you a few riding tips on how to take off on one of these. Once you get her started, well, don't just keep going, keep going. Now I'm going to start it up, pull it forward a little bit. I'm going to work the clutch, my thumb throttle, show you how it's done with the clutch. It's a little noisier, I tell you, while I'm doing it. You just gotta set out the clutch real slow, give it a little gas until the clutch starts grabbing, and easily give gas and let the clutch out at the same time. That's with clutch. A lot of three-wheelers are just automatics where you just kick them in gear and go. Now I'm going to tell you a few tips on riding. Let's see. Like when you're going into a corner, turn sharp, you're going fast, you want to get to one side. Like if you turn right, you turn your wheels and try to put all your weight on this outside foot to lean it over. It's kind of opposite than a three-wheeler. You want all your weight on the outside wheel to get all your weight out there so it'll slide. So you can slide around. And let's see. More tips about like climbing hills. You don't really want to try too steep of a hill. But when you get to climbing, you get up as far as you can forward, leaning up on it. And now downhill, you should always lean or get back on it as far as you can and keep your weight back as far as your arms stretch out. Then, like on a downhill, or if you're coming down a hill backwards, you don't want to lock your back brakes up because it'll just flip you. You want to use your front brakes. Most of you just want to kind of lock them up, and then just easily use your back brakes, not to where the front wheel comes up though. Well, that's about all I can really tell you about a three-wheeler that I can think of right now. So I guess that'll be it for now.